All right, so this is my second attempt at shooting this video. I tried to record this outside just a couple of days ago in the cold, but unfortunately the wind was pretty gusty. We had flurries in the forecast and the audio sounded pretty bad. This is what it sounded like. Phones, cameras, lighting, things of that nature. But I've been watching a couple of other channels. I'm gonna duck in the background talking away, so sorry, it took me off guard for a second. So yeah, I decided to shoot the rest of this video indoors. The video that I wanted to shoot was a response to a video I had made just before the end of the year. I was talking about the predictions I have for cameras coming in 2024. And I kind of wanted to set the record straight with this channel. I know this is really a tech channel focused on filmmaking gear, audio gear, and things of that nature. But I think there's a common thing that happens with these types of channels. I'm trying to not push a consumeristic channel. As much as I love talking about the latest gear and tech, I don't want it to come across as me saying that this is the only way to improve your content, or if you're somebody that's trying to start maybe creating videos for YouTube or passion projects or creative projects that you're looking to do. I don't want somebody to feel like they have to buy the latest and greatest gear. Even, for somebody like me, I have to remind myself of this pretty often too, just because I do like buying some of the latest tech. Like for example, I'm using the Panasonic S5 Mark II, and it's a great camera. It does have some quirks with it, but it is a beast of a camera. And quite honestly, I'm very fortunate to be able to have a camera like this. And there's other electronics and devices that I've purchased, not too recently, but they've definitely helped. But I wouldn't say that that is the only thing that goes into creating quality content. I mean, really at the end of the day, it comes down to you, your creative vision, and really what you're trying to achieve, no matter what gear you have. I think that sometimes we put this limitation on ourselves that the gear is the important factor in creating content. And I know there's been dozens of videos, if not hundreds of videos, that have talked about this topic, specifically related to GAS, which is gear acquisition syndrome. Just starting off with this channel, and I know it's a very, very small channel, I don't want viewers to think that I'm pushing for buying their way into better quality. I mean, to some degree, you can improve production quality with having gear, because gear does matter to some extent, but it isn't the only thing at the end of the day. You really need to know what you're doing with the gear that you've acquired. And in some instances, maybe purchasing the latest and greatest gear isn't really necessary for the jobs that you might be trying to do. And I've definitely had some instances in the past where I've had buyer's remorse with some gear that I've purchased, specifically gimbals. I had a DJI Ronin S2 that I bought a couple years ago, and quite honestly, I very rarely use it. And for some reason, I thought that, it was going to take my production quality to the next level. But since I never really used the gear, I mean, did it really matter? As much as like I said, love talking about this, I don't want to make anybody feel like they need to buy the latest and greatest gear. If you're somebody that's on a budget and you're looking to start shooting content for the internet, YouTube, or social media, of course, the obvious thing is for 80-90% of the world is to just use your phone. I mean, your phone is an amazing camera. Now, that might sound funny coming from me while I'm talking into a $2,000 camera and I'm using a really high-end microphone, but it's the honest truth. I mean, for the majority of people out there, they're not really caring about the production value to the degree that I think some of us tech heads or gear heads are. But I would encourage most people to just start shooting with their phones if they're really just, wanting to do some sort of talking head video and they don't care about these technical things, or if they're not concerned about all of the little nuances and, production value, I mean, that's obviously the smart choice. I would encourage them, instead of buying a high quality camera, to go out and buy a decent quality microphone. I don't think there's enough attention put on audio and lighting. And even with that, you still don't have to spend a ton of money to get great quality. I say this as a gearhead. It's really important to understand the difference between need and want. And I think that when it comes to certain cameras, there's obviously an advantage to having dual SD card slots. So if you're somebody that's looking to start shooting commercial projects, or maybe start a production company or do side jobs here and there, then having backup recording is probably a very smart decision and a good business decision. Whereas, somebody who's just looking to create TikToks, like, you don't really need a high quality camera to start shooting TikToks. I mean, the best way to do it is to grab your phone. Now, if you're somebody that really likes messing around with the latest gear, or you're a gearhead and you just enjoy using quality products, then by all means, I guess it doesn't really matter what you use. If you want to use high-end gear, like I consider myself an enthusiast, and so I do enjoy using these products. I have done some jobs in the past, but I think that it's important to just acknowledge that gear is only one step in the equation to quality content. And if you're somebody that is questioning whether you should purchase a new camera in 2024, and you're on a limited budget and you're thinking you should stretch it, honestly, don't. If you're somebody that's thinking of, going into credit card debt or financing something that you can't afford, don't do it. I wouldn't go into debt buying a high-end camera. If you have the cash and you just want to have a great camera, then by all means, I mean, go for it. But don't feel obligated that to create good quality content, you have to have the best of the best. And I say that because I sometimes need to swallow my own medicine and acknowledge that as much as I want to put money into another purchase and buy another piece of gear, it's not going to change the fact that at the end of the day, it all comes down to my ability to use what I have to create great content. I just want to throw that out there. I want it to be transparent with this channel. As much as I like talking about this stuff, I want it to be fun, I want it to be informative, and I want to help people with their purchasing decisions at the end of the day. I definitely want to start experimenting with new ideas or styles of videos with this channel going forward. And I also have noticed there's been some traction on one of my previous videos around getting good quality audio directly into an iPhone. And I think that in the future, a lot of us are going to be shooting content on some sort of mirrorless hybrid future iPhone, maybe 5-10 years down the road, with just the rapid change of technology. And I think that getting clean, good quality audio in your iPhone is something that I think a lot of people would really benefit from. So I think I might shoot some more videos around recording audio with iPhones. And I might be repeating myself here, but I just want to reiterate again, don't feel obligated to get the latest and greatest gear. And there's a lot of things with some of the products today, like as much as I love my Panasonic S5 Mark II, I'm really grateful that I'm able to have a camera like this and be able to shoot content with this camera. But I know that I should be able to shoot with pretty much any camera or device that I have. And the camera or having the latest tech shouldn't be the limiting factor in my vision. I wanted to set the record straight with my messaging with this channel. This doesn't mean that I won't be talking about new technology or new products coming out that could help with your filmmaking or creating content and things of that nature. I also want to do some experimentation with some new styles of videos. This channel is obviously very small, so I think doing some different styles of videos that are a little outside what I've typically done in the past might be beneficial moving forward. I try to remind myself at the end of the day that no matter how many purchases you make, no matter how much gear you have, it's not going to be the end all be all when it comes to creating content. So I just want to leave you guys with that message. Now, having said all that, there is a product that is supposed to be coming out in the coming days. And I do think for the majority of people that are looking to start creating content, but don't really care that much about production value, they just want to have great audio for their videos or social media posts. It looks like they're about to announce the DJI wireless Lav Mic 2 kit. And I know this was something that was featured in their DJI Osmo as like a standalone transmitter, but now they're going to be releasing the full featured kit, which comes in shadow black and a pearl white color. So that's pretty exciting to see, and it's obviously going to be competing with the Rode Wireless Pro kit, which is the 32-bit kit that Rode had released not too long ago, and that was the successor of their Rode Wireless Go 2 kit. And so the DJI Wireless Lav Mic 2 kit looks pretty promising. I did have the original DJI wireless kit before. I wasn't crazy about the audio quality. I mean, it was more than fine, and the kit is super, super convenient. You can literally just, clip it to your shirt, put the receiver on the camera, or even your smartphone or laptop, and start recording audio right away. But now with this new edition, they're supposedly going to be including 32-bit float to compete with the Rode Wireless Pro kit from Rode, and you can record 32-bit float backup recordings with that device. So I think that product specifically is one that I would recommend for a lot of people that are looking to start creating content, but they're looking for ways that they can spend their money efficiently and effectively. I wouldn't encourage those content creators to go out and buy a brand new camera. Phones are getting so good today that I think just going out and buying a DJI wireless Mic 2 kit when it comes out might be the right solution, or even just getting the original because it'll be at a discounted price. And if they're not needing the 32-bit recording backup capability, and it's just really for YouTube or social media, then I think that the original kit is more than fine. And there's been a ton of content creators that have used it so far, channels much, much bigger than mine. So yeah, one thing that I think about too with cameras specifically, cameras go obsolete much faster than microphones and lighting setups. The fact that the specs change so dramatically in the course of several years. And I think there's a lot of things that are also being pushed on consumers as well, or people that are looking to get into photography, videography, content creation, all that jazz. There's some things that are pushed a little too much, like resolution. And as much as I've praised my Panasonic S5 Mark II for being able to shoot 6K video, I think for a majority of people, having the highest resolution in a camera isn't the best thing. It takes up a lot more space on your storage drives, or your SD cards, I should say. I personally think some of the best features for a really high quality image is color science, 10-bit color space, and really good high dynamic range, along with really good roll off. There's a number of other features that I could list as well. Anyway, I am clearly rambling on at this point, so I am going to kill this video here, and I want to thank you all for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.